The resurrection was not just a miraculous event, it was the ultimate victory in the battle between good and evil. It was a demonstration of God's supreme power and a declaration that love, sacrifice, and humility are stronger than hatred, pride, and violence. This revelation continues to inspire, challenge, and transform lives, reminding us that even in the darkest moments, hope and victory are possible through faith. Picture the scene. Jesus, having walked the earth as a humble man, teaching, healing, and performing miracles, is betrayed, arrested, and crucified. To his followers, his death on the cross was a devastating defeat. For Lucifer, it was the ultimate victory. He believed he had conquered the greatest threat to his rebellious plans. The sight of Jesus' lifeless body, taken down from the cross and placed in a tomb, seemed to seal this victory. But then came the third day, a day that would alter the course of history forever. The stone was rolled away, and Jesus emerged from the tomb, alive. The resurrection sent shockwaves through the cosmos. Angels rejoiced, and Lucifer was struck with a realization that was both terrifying and enraging. His perceived victory was, in fact, a crushing defeat. The resurrection revealed the true nature of Jesus. No longer could he be seen as merely a wise teacher or a prophet. He was, undeniably, the Son of God, victorious over death itself. This revelation was a turning point, not just for the disciples who had followed him, but for all of humanity. It was the ultimate testament to the power and love of God, who had orchestrated this plan with divine precision. Imagine Lucifer watching in disbelief as the events unfolded. His pride and arrogance had blinded him to the subtlety of God's plan. The resurrection was a strategic move that he had never anticipated. In his rage, Lucifer's hatred for humanity and for God only grew. He had been outmaneuvered in the cosmic chess game, and his anger knew no bounds. For humanity, the resurrection became the cornerstone of faith. It was a dramatic climax that validated Jesus' teachings and promises. It demanded a response, a choice to believe in the unseen, to trust in the divine plan, and to follow a risen Savior. The veil of deception that had clouded understanding was lifted, and the true path to redemption was illuminated. In the grand tapestry of cosmic events, few moments are as pivotal and awe-inspiring as the resurrection of Jesus Christ. This event, known as the Resurrection Revelation, not only defied the natural order but also unveiled the ultimate masterstroke in God's divine plan, leaving both celestial beings and humanity in profound awe. Lucifer, once the brightest star in God's celestial court, was a creature of immense intellect and power. Yet, even with his brilliance, he was confined by the limitations of his creation. He could perceive, understand, and manipulate, but true omniscience was a domain reserved for the divine. His downfall began with his pride. His desire to ascend above his station and challenge God's supremacy blinded him to the grander schemes unfolding in the divine plan. His focus shifted from serving God to seeking power, setting the stage for his eventual rebellion. When God conceived the audacious plan to send his Son, the Word made flesh, into the mortal realm, a veil of secrecy was cast over the cosmos. The nature of this incarnation was a profound mystery, even to the most senior angels. Lucifer, in his arrogance, had grown distant from God's counsel. His focus was on his own ascent to power, not the intricate workings of the divine plan. Jesus, when he walked the earth, appeared as an ordinary man. He was vulnerable, suffered, and ultimately died on a cruel cross. To Lucifer, this was a stunning victory. He had, in his mind, defeated the most powerful being in the universe. He saw the crucifixion as a final, irrevocable end. But the story was far from over. On the third day, Jesus rose from the dead. The resurrection was a cataclysmic event, shattering Lucifer's illusions and revealing the true nature of Jesus. This resurrection was not just a miraculous return to life. It was the ultimate triumph over death and sin. The resurrection was not just a miraculous event. It was the ultimate victory in the battle between good and evil. It was a demonstration of God's supreme power and a declaration that love, sacrifice, and humility are stronger than hatred, and violence. This revelation continues to inspire, challenge, and transform lives, reminding us that even in the darkest moments, hope and victory are possible through faith. Lucifer was struck with a realization that was both terrifying and enraging. His perceived victory was, in fact, a catastrophic defeat. The knowledge of Jesus' divinity, now undeniable, filled him with rage and despair. Yet his pride prevented him from altering his course. Consumed by hatred and a thirst for revenge, he continued his rebellion, trapped in a prison of his own making. The veil of secrecy surrounding Jesus' true identity was a crucial element of God's plan. It allowed for the ultimate test of humanity's faith and provided a dramatic climax to the story of redemption. Lucifer, in his pride and blindness, walked right into the trap, unaware of the cosmic chess game being played around him. For humanity, the resurrection became the cornerstone of faith. It was a dramatic climax that validated Jesus' teachings and promises. It demanded a response, a choice to believe in the unseen, to trust in the divine plan, and to follow a risen Savior. The veil of deception that had clouded understanding was lifted, and the true path to redemption was illuminated. So what does this mean for you? The resurrection revelation invites you to see beyond the surface of events, to understand the deeper significance of what appears to be defeat and victory. It challenges you to reflect on your own beliefs and to consider the profound implications of Jesus' resurrection. In the grand cosmic chess game of life, where do you stand? Will you be blinded by pride and arrogance like Lucifer, or will you embrace the humility and love exemplified by Jesus? The choice is yours, and the stakes are eternal. This story of deception and revelation, pride and humility, defeat and ultimate victory, is a powerful reminder that even the brightest stars can fall, and sometimes the most unexpected strategies lead to the greatest victories. In the grand cosmic chess game, who will you place your bets on? The arrogant player blinded by his own ambition, or the master strategist who sees the end from the beginning?